Hello internet people, it's Phil again, and this time it's my promised Warhammer Quest showcase. So this will be all my nice Warhammer Quest models that I've painted up. I finally finished the entire box of these. Everything that comes in the box is painted. I do have a few extras from the hero set, and there's also a box of flamers I got, but I haven't painted those up. Those are currently not my priority because of the Sylvan Wood Elves stuff that's happening. So yeah, I mean, you've seen all this online I'm sure already, but I'll just show you my ones that I've painted up. So this might be a long video because it's actually like 51 models. So I'll start with the heroes. So first we've got the Dark Oath Chieftain here. He's pretty cool. He's kind of like your barbarian type. So he's a nice model. He's the most static looking of the ones. I think they liked that stoic pose when they did the test model. They were going to have a more dynamic one, but they really liked how that one looked. And to be honest, I think I agree with them. Although it would be nice to get a more dynamic one at some point. Your kind of main character, as it were, from the set is the Knight Quester, who I did show off briefly in one of my previous videos. So, oops. That's that guy. Really nice hero models in this box set. They're all really nice. Yep. And the other one that you've seen so far is the Dwarden Fire Slayer. What's he called? The Doom Seeker, I think. So he's pretty nice. There's an insane level of detail on most of these models. Next up is the last one I did, which was the Elf Tenebrial Shard. So this guy's like an assassin type of character. He just leaps out and wrecks you basically. So he's pretty cool. And that's that guy. This guy's also pretty awesome, the Excelsior War Priest. So he's a very tall, mortal human character. I was quite happy with how the book came out as well. So that's this guy. He is accompanied by his little dog, or Griffhound. This is slightly smaller than the one that comes with the Lord Castellant. This is probably a young one. So did that not focus very well there? So that's that, and that accompanies him. And the last of the heroes is the Mist Weaver, I think it's called. This is like another elf type of character here, and again, really nice model. The things they can do with plastic these days, I mean, you just look at how she's kind of lifted off the base there, and you'd have never seen that in plastic at one point. That would have just been completely impossible to produce. But it looks absolutely fantastic, and I think as a whole all these heroes are really nice models. So I'm going to put those to the side, and then we'll come back and have a look at the villains. Okay, so the villains. This is the Gaunt Summoner. This is kind of like your big bad from the actual game. He's the guy who, at the end of the day, you need to go and find, defeat, and claim what you want to claim from him, basically, whether it's his secrets, his power, or just to grant a wish. And now the phone's ringing. BRB. Okay, and we're back. So next up is this guy, the Ogroid Thaumaturge. I think a Thaumaturge is some kind of magician, basically, because I seem to remember that being a character class in one of the Final Fantasy Online games. So yeah, this was a tough model to paint, actually. It looked quite simple at first, but these tattoos are quite intricate. It's hard to get the paint to stay in the lines, really, so I had a bit of trouble with this one. Having said that, it was still quite fun to paint, and yeah, he's a really nice kind of big beastly model, and he'd also be quite a nice centerpiece in any kind of Tzeentch army, really, that you played on a normal game of Age of Sigmar. So he's really cool for that. There's also the familiars. They're basically painted. You get two of each, but I painted them all the same kind of way. So I'll just show you one of each. So this one here is Blot. He's a little book. and he's pretty cool. You're probably noticing that these models are absolutely full of character, which is one of the things I really like about them. And then you got Tweak, who believes he's a greater demon, but actually he's just a little familiar. This one is the fish called Slop. There you go. So I gave that one an hard coat finish, so it kind of looks like he's wet, and even on the base there, so it looks like he's kind of dripping as he walks along. And then lastly you've got Pug, who is this little kind of court jester with the moon face. I hope you can see this. And he's sort of got like this little can opener. He's about to open that Stormcast helmet and find out what's going on inside, which is really fun. So yeah, those familiars, they all have like a certain effect in the game. It might be to make it so you can't use items or you can't walk as far. All these different kind of negative effects. Or you can have a positive effect from them if you catch them, which is pretty cool. Again, you get two of these. These are pink horrors. I'll just show you the one because they're both exactly the same. And that's a pretty fun little model as well. Really good variety of models in this box. It doesn't really get boring because everything is so different to what else you're painting. It really keeps it nice and fresh. So that's the pink horror design. There's two other types of horrors in the set. There's these, which are the brimstone horrors, which are tiny little fire sprites, as it were. And they're really cool. And then there's the intermediate sized horrors, the blue horrors, which are these ones. And every time you kill a pink horror, it turns into two blue horrors, and every time you kill a blue horror, it turns into a pair of the brimstone horrors, which is really cool because it means that you just keep on coming with enemies and enemies and enemies. They don't just like, it's not like whack, dead, that's it, you've cleared the room. Other little mini enemies that you come across are these, the Grot Scutlings. These are like little spider, 8-legged goblins basically. They're kind of mutated, and now they're stalking this dungeon, looking for anyone to kind of eat, I suppose. So they're not particularly tough. They do have a range of different equipment. So you see this one's got a bow, and a little quiver there. So yeah, you get 8 of those, I believe. Yep. What else have we got in here? I won't show you all the varieties of them because it's a bit boring. You get 2 Skaven Death Runners. Technically it's one character, and he kind of like puts up a shadow of himself, so you don't know which one's the real one. And he's a really cool little model. Really nice. I think that's a very characterful Skaven assassin type of model, and I think you'll see a lot of those on the tabletop with Skaven players as well. Then you've got the Kyric Acolytes. These are like your Tzeentch cultists. So these guys are really nice. I think these definitely deserve a box set of their own at some point because they've got lots of character and they're very unique as well. They're not like your normal kind of blood warriors or whatever, your blood reavers. These are very much what they look like. They're Tzeentch. You can tell at a glance who their patron god is. And there's 4 different designs for these. There's a total of 8 of them, and there's 2 of each design. So you got this guy who's got like twin blades, and then the last one has got a shield there. And then each of these has slightly different rules in the Warhammer Quest game to find out like what they've got. So the one with the shield's got an extra couple of wounds, and so forth. Extra attacks or rerolls, or however they work. So that's really cool. And what have we got next? Last up it's the Zangors. These are kind of like your beastmen, but they've been twisted by Tzeentch into a more pleasing design. So they've taken on these kind of like bird-like features, and they're growing feathers as well. So they're really cool. There's 3 different designs for these, and again there's 2 of each design. So there you go. And the last one is this one. So yeah, they're really cool. All the models in this set are an absolute delight to paint. They all go together fairly easily as well. Perhaps the Ogroid is the most difficult one to put together, but for the most part it's a really nice box set, and I would definitely recommend it if you're into board games, games or like role-playing games, stuff that you have with a few players, maybe 4 players, 2 to 4 players. You've got an hour or two to just play a quick game, or you want to do a running campaign of a couple of hour games for a game night. I don't think you can go too far wrong with Warhammer Quest. It's really cool. There's loads of tiles, there's loads of different kind of events that can happen as you play through. You can level up, you can unlock skills, you can get new items. It's really cool, and I would definitely recommend that you pick a copy up if you do get the opportunity, and hopefully we'll see expansions down the line for it as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little showcase of me showing you those models, and let me know what you think down below of either my models or the game. So yeah, thanks for watching, see you later.